Hello you lovely lot, and welcome back to Farming Sim 25. Today we're going to be starting a new playthrough on the Calmsden Farm map. This map released a couple of days ago and I'm probably a little bit late to the party with it, but super excited nonetheless. Before we jump into today's video, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all of you who have subscribed and watched my videos. A huge thank you. You know, we've had over 200 views on the channel. When I first started this, I didn't even think we'd manage one. So to hit 200 is absolutely mind-blowing. So thank you very much. Before we get started, I'd just like to show you our farm fields which we own. We have field number 5, which is a large field of canola. Field number 10, which is again another large field. This is grass. 36, which is our cow barn, so when we do get some cows, we'll have them over there. And number 35, which is our main farmyard. Now we do start with £15,000. This is mainly for buying fertilizer and seed, as we don't really need that many implements to begin, as we start off with a whole host of them. Behind me, we have the JCB Fast Track, as well as the Class 185. And inside the shed round here, we do have the Class Evian 450 Combine. There it is, just tucked away, hiding in there. We also have the Class Square Baler. And on the other farm, we do have a Massey Ferguson tractor with a front loader, as well as a whole host of other implements. So what we'll do is we'll drive the Class Evian out of this shed and get it set up ready to harvest this field of canola. Looks like we also have a diesel Bowser, so we can refuel our vehicles. Just drop that there. We can spin round and get connected up. It does feel good to be back on this map. I've been looking forward to it since before Christmas, so really happy that it's out just in time, or just before my birthday, should I say. So it's almost like a little early birthday present. I think for the size of this field, we are going to set up some steer and assist. That looks about right. There we go. So we can unfold the combine. Feels so good to start with some implements rather than having to scrounge and save on like I do on my survival playthroughs. We can actually get into doing some proper farming straight away, rather than a whole load of forestry and milling about trying to make money. We can actually do some proper farming. Unfortunately, because this is canola, we're not going to get a straw swath from it, so we can't bale it. I do have the extended straw mod on, but I don't particularly, it feels a little bit cheaty to be getting straw from the canola, as it's not something that you'd normally do in real life. And my plan with this series is to try and keep it as true to life as possible. I do have super strength enabled, but it's only for when we get vehicles stuck, or, you know, we have a major incident that we can't overcome with a telehandler or a forklift, and we have to resort to it. But other than that, I'm trying to avoid using sort of any exploits or cheats on this playthrough. Like I say, I want to keep it very authentic and realistic for viewing. You guys may also notice that this video is in full 4K. I've been working on improving a few things, and video quality was pretty high on my list of priorities of things to improve. So I've bought myself a new 4K monitor so that I can record in 4K and upload. I was recording in 1080p and then upscaling it on YouTube. I feel like if I just record in 4K and then upload the 4K footage, it will be a much better video overall. Not really sure how long this field's going to take us. It is rather sizable. We've got quite a bit of work to do. I think what I'm going to do is put this onto a worker. And what I can do then is jump into our fast track so we can get some grain carting done. Oh, this tractor just looks so good on this farm. Very happy to have it. I guess we've got to decide where the combine's going to be full. I reckon maybe it'll get one lap of the headland. So while it's doing that, what I'm going to do is jump over to our other farm so I can show this off. Here we are over at the cow barn. Now, for those of you that played Calmsden on FS22, you may notice a few differences around the back here. The slurry pit, which is now situated over here, used to be hidden in this overgrowth over here. I believe what has been done is because the buildings and walls are now all fully deletable and customizable, that the slurry pit has been attached to the cow barn to make it one entity. We do have plenty of storage buildings over here, as well as a fertilizer spreader. Our chemical store here. Not sure what's going on with that door. It just seems to have completely disappeared. Inside here, we do have our tedder. A Samaz windrower. And a Samaz mower. Along with... This is a feed mixer. I believe this is a feed mixer. Yeah, it's the K-type feed mixer. YouTube's a little bit funny with this brand name. I can't say it without my videos getting flagged. We also have another diesel Bowser over here. I love the sort of junk that we have lying around. It's very typical for what you'd have on a British farm. British farmers are very frugal and they like to hold on to things. Like these offcuts of steel beam and... Are those sandbags? I'm not even sure what that is. But yeah, they like to hold on to things and repurpose them. But that is our cow barn. So I'm just pulling up alongside our combine here as I think the tank is just reaching full capacity. And we can get our first load of canola tipped into the silo. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video, please leave a like on it. And also, a comment down below would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, there we go. It is our first load into the cramp trailer. Lots of lovely jet black canola. Now, I always find it a little bit tricky getting into the silo, as it can be quite tight getting around that corner. But what we'll do, once this is finished tipping, even if we're not completely full, I'm going to drive up there and attempt the reverse into the silo and see how we get on with that. I always find it easier to come through these doors here. Then we can turn up and round onto here and try and align the trailer with the door, and fingers crossed we should be able to swing it in like so. This is taking all of my concentration to get this done. It looks like we have got it pretty perfectly. There we go. Not to speak too soon, but that looks about spot on. I'm just going to back up a touch more so we don't get the trailer clipping into the door. There we have it, our first load of canola inside of our silo. And while I'm here, I'm just going to get these doors shut. Don't want any miscreants running around in our farm buildings. Not you. I wanted to keep that one open. Oh, goodness. What have I done? Let's shut that one. Open that one. Maybe we have to close it from the inside. Have we got it? There we go. Excellent. That's better. While we wait for that combine to fill up again, what I'm going to do is head over to our cow farm, get connected up to the mower, and we can start trimming this field over here. I think for this first cut, we're going to do hay rather than silage, and probably look to sell it because we don't really have the money to get a bale wrapper as much as I'd like to. We don't have the money for a bale wrapper. We've got £4,000 and I'm not really sure where it's come from. Ah, I've gone through all the effort of pulling into here when the mower is actually facing outwards, so I could have just reversed straight onto it. Let's try that one again. There we go, lovely stuff. We're going to have to manually cut this because we cannot use the GPS on it, which is fine because that leaves us in good stead to get some driving done. I've just filled our trailer for the second time. What we're going to do is head back to our silo and see if we can reverse it in as well as we did the first time. I don't have high hopes, but we'll give it our best. I'm pretty proud of that. That worked out better than expected, so I have surprised myself there. It is getting rather late into the night as I finish off this field. The combine is still working in the field next to me, trying to get the canola off of it. As you can see, it's 7 o'clock at night, the sun is just setting. I've been doing some thinking, and maybe it's worth us hiring or renting a forage wagon, because we do have a silage pit. So we have the potential to turn this all into silage, which I think will be worth a hell of a lot more than the hay. And it means we don't have to go and ted and then windrow the field. We can just windrow it, collect it up. But I think what I'll do is wait until it's daylight again. As soon as I have this field harvested, I'm going to go back to the house, sleep so it's a new day. Just so I'm not constantly working while it's quite dark outside. And we can look at getting ourselves a forage wagon to pick up all this grass. And we can get it put into our bunker, compacted down, and turn it into silage, which would be a huge source of income, and I think would pay for us to get some cows. The only caveat with that is, I guess, we would want to save some for the cows, or we could look at just feeding them grass for now to begin with, until they're mature enough, because we don't need to start feeding them total mixed ration right away. If we get them young, we can avoid feeding them total mixed ration. They only really need that when they're mature enough to gestate and start producing milk, when they've reached puberty. So yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do for the farm. Would definitely get us a load of income. Right, what I'll do is I'm going to see you once we finish this field. I'm not going to do a time lapse. What I'll do is jump forward in time and see you as we near to finishing this field. And hopefully we'll also be done over in our canola field too. So here we go, the last stretch of the field. It's got a small sliver of grass to remove. And I think what I'll do is head back to the house, sleep so it's the next day and we have a bit of daylight. Then we can finish the canola harvest on the other field. We will still need to windrow this field, and we need to lease the forage wagon so that we can pick up all of the grass that we've cut. But we've made some decent progress today, especially given the size of this field and how tiny this mower actually is. We'll get it folded up and we can put it away in our shed. Okay, so it is the next day, and as is typical in England, it's raining, which is not great for when we're harvesting. So I think what I'll do is fast forward in time just a little bit so that the rain clears and we can continue harvesting the last of our field. So it has finally finished raining, and then I realised I had made a terrible mistake. Because I'd slept through the night, the canola is now withered that we have left on the field. I thought we would have had a little bit more time, to be honest. I didn't realise we had to get it all harvested yesterday. That is a little frustrating and very embarrassing. So I think, guys, for today, what I'm going to do is I'll leave the video here. Next episode, we can get this whole field cultivated up, get our grass field windrowed, and we can produce some silage from it. I'm not too sure what we're going to plant in this field next episode. We can have a quick look. But we could try out linseed, as it is a available crop on this map. If not, we can always put the old faithful wheat in. At least then, when we do come to harvest, we will be able to produce some straw bales for our cows too. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye.